So this is another video of MoonDefender. The first thing we're looking at here is the design process around the explosion effect from the missile. As you can see, there's a bug here that just creates a big white blob on the screen instead of having the actual explosion animation. Then I made the explosion red and I made it so that it expired properly. Then I started randomly adding more warm colors other than just red. Then I start spreading the explosion out a little bit, and then I turn on the collision visualization so that I can make sure that the art for the explosion matches up with the actual location for each individual flame. I made the energy bars at the top transparent so that you can actually see the meteors as they fall without obstructing your view. The next step is to add the shockwave effect, which is supposed to stop the meteors in their tracks so that they have to accelerate again from scratch. But you can see here that they're accelerating way too slow. So at this point the explosion effect kind of looks like one of those colorblind tests or whatever, but it's alright because just wanting to get the general effect here. Figure out some way to get better art sometime in the future. It's just meant to be a placeholder art. So next I added a new meteor type that I'm calling the popcorn meteor because it pops open at like 70% health into a bunch of small pieces. You can see here that the original popcorn effect I have is kind of ridiculous. It goes all over the place, and then the individual pieces don't seem to be affected by gravity. But I refined that over time to explode in just a small area and then start falling again, which is what we're going for. So after the popcorn meteor pops, you'll want to switch from a weapon that does good damage to a single target to a weapon that deals damage over a larger area so that you can efficiently take out all the individual pieces. So the laser would not be the best way to take out the pieces. So the next weapon I started porting over was Ed's Photon Phaser 9000. You can see here that it's heading in the correct direction and it's growing properly, but it's not facing the correct direction. I've turned on the collision view here, and there's only one small circle at the center of the wave where it's actually colliding. So that's something I gotta fix. Now the art's facing the correct direction, but it's no longer expanding properly. And then after that, we have the art facing the correct direction. It's expanding, but you can see the collision circles are still all facing up instead of actually facing in the correct direction. Then I get the collision circles facing the correct direction. And after that, this last clip is playing through the entire level with all three weapons. And you probably won't start off with all three weapons in the actual game, but all I have right now is one level, so that's what it is. So you probably can't tell from just looking at the video, but each weapon is activated by a different gesture. The missile is a tap, the laser is press and hold, and the photon phaser is you use two fingers You press and hold to activate that. And at this point, the game is actually starting to get a little bit fun. Hopefully, it'll be a whole lot more fun after I add a few more weapons, a few more meteor types, some different levels, and upgrades and all that. So, I'm excited.